It's Hearthstone time. Specifically, another arena. Again, I promised myself that I would try to stream more of these when I try to do them at midnight anyway. Because they usually have some sort of really silly thing I like to show off on Twitter anyway, and it's like, well, why don't I just stream them? So, anyway, we're going to do our warm-up game, as we tend to do. I'm just going to play my Burgle deck. Actually, no, let's play Evo. That'll be fun. But yeah, we're going to do an arena. Gold can be used to buy packs or enter the arena. But yeah, so this deck is a evolution deck, Evolve, Master of Evolution, and a lot of cards that work with it. This is not my own design. This is one I found very interesting and thought, yeah, okay, I can work with this. How do I like this? This hand doesn't have any real action. Because, like, I don't want to play Flame Tongue on 2, because I want to play it in between the totems, and then... But I want the Flame Tongue totem, because it on 4 is really good. Let's keep it. Hopefully we find, like, Totem Golem or something like that. Okay, well, that's early removal, though usually that's not going to really matter against this class. Okay, that's a good draw. This is a good curve. Yes, a deck with Spider. Pantry Spider is very powerful in this, because the token is a 3-drop. Alright. I'm just going to remove that and play my 1. Try to keep the board relatively clean so that I can Tuskar Totemic Master Evolution, which is the plan. Yeah, the Pantry Spider's clone is 3, which makes Master of Evolution really good with it, and Evolve very good with it. This deck basically lives and dies on the back of Evolve itself. Evolve is the most powerful card in the deck by far.
Did you bring some fish?
Oh, look at them rolls. Yes. Yes. Like, that is exactly what we're looking to pull off. Then Mark of Yasarj. Yep. This deck, yeah, this is not a rushdown deck, per se. Ooh, please go Dome. Ooh. How can I punish that? Got it. Okay. Got it, coach. We're gonna go ahead and Maelstrom Portal plus Flame Tongue Totem to punish. So let's actually check out the portal first. Yeah, that could possibly be one of the worst options out of it. I don't like giving my opponent cool board clears.
Greetings, friend.
Like, just wrath into that or something. What you got here, bud?
Where shall I strike?
Really?
My greetings.
Okay. How do I best want to deal with this? I could evolve this into a 2 to avoid that drawback. I could evolve this into a 4 and try to sidestep. I could put my opponent pretty damn low right now.
I wonder.
Kind of thinking about that. Eh. $13 Master Evolution and Argent Squire. Sure. Let's see how this plays out. Master Revolution.
Your magic shall not save you.
And Argent Squire. So the cool thing about Evolve is that Evolve is effectively, you play it and you immediately just win, because your board turns from this into like +6 power. It's this incredible card that on average just gives you huge swings of power. So right now I'm kind of playing a rushdown. Like, this deck generally doesn't operate like that all the time, like using Evolve Advantage. So that sort of thing, but that's just kind of how it's going to play out here, it looks like. Swipe. Swipe looks real powerful right now. Okay. Oof. So, we only lose a couple things, and my opponent's on 3. What do you got here? You gotta put up something real. Okay. Like, an Evolve would be a very good top deck right now. Ooh, Totem Golem's good too. Give him the rush down. See? So there's the Cellar Spider and the Pantry Spider. See? They're buddies. This one's purple and has, like, a few less eyes, it looks like. Weirdly enough.
Unleash the beast.
One short of lethal, huh? Yeah, flat 1 short of lethal. So I just need to hit with anything. And that can 7-lock me out of the game. I don't think 5/10 Taunter could do it. Nope, he's card drawing, so dig deep. Dig very deep. Yeah, this is kind of how Evolve ends up playing out. Is sometimes you roll the bad rolls, and sometimes you roll the good ones. But usually, it's all like it's basically always an improvement. You know, like that's just not gonna do it though, unless you need something else hard. Okay, Innervate, swipe. Still not enough. That leaves too much power on my board. You need another Living Roots. If you had another Living Roots, you could survive, and that would actually put me out. Okay, but, you know. Beast Druid is all over the place on the ladder. It's like the most common deck now that Menagerie Warden has been, released. It's extremely popular. Okay, I'm very happy with that. I've been playing, as you can see by my rank, I've been playing a lot of Constructed as of late. Generally playing either Burgle or Res Priest. Burgle, so I have 3 rogue decks. I have Rattle Me Bones, which is a Death Rattle deck. Yogg 2.0, which is a Yogg deck. And then Burgle, which is this in-between deck. Which is all about, which is about theft. I kind of want to make it more about theft when the next wing opens. Like opening, putting 2 Grand Crusaders in it, putting Nefarian in it, and then adding in the Peddler, which I guess I can't show you right now. But basically making it all about class card theft, and then using the Ethereal Peddler to make it all cheaper. Because Ethereal Peddler with the Crusader, with this card here, the Grand Crusader, the Ethereal Peddler works really well with that. Nefarian, of course. Funnily enough, there would be a deck that would be like awful in a mirror match. Anyway, this is all preamble to the actual thing, which go back out. We're gonna jump right into the arena. Hope everybody's having a good night tonight. Today's been a very good day to me. Warrior Paladin Rogue, Warrior Paladin Rogue. Kind of feeling Paladin. The power of Paladin 4s compels me. I did a Rogue earlier. Was it yesterday? Nah, I think it was one of my phone. I was playing on my phone and did that and did Rogue. I think it went pretty well. Like, in the sense of, like, I think 4 or 5 and 3. Like, well enough, I suppose. Yeah, this week we get the last wing and the Karazhan bonus kicks in. I'm I don't know how I feel about the Karazhan bonus kicking in.
I will serve.
I kind of like how it is now. This one's pretty straightforward in my eyes. Obviously not Blood Kill Sail Corsair, so it becomes between 2-3 drops. And while Questing Adventure can run away with the game, Steward of Darkshire can also give you this incredible power, especially with your hero power. Thermian S bonus. Once a new set comes out, it has a 1.25 appearance bonus in its cards appearing in this lineup. So once Karazhan is fully out, Karazhan cards will have a 25% additional like rate of appearing in here. League of Explorers had it. Whispers used to have it. Basically, it's because they want you to play for the new cards. It was why after TGT, Paladins were the most ridiculous class in the world in the arena, because the cards they had the bonus on were Seal of Champions and Murloc Knight. So, have fun. Or with what was the other time? There was another. I think the Paladin one was the most obvious, where all of a sudden it was like every deck had 1,000 copies of Murloc Knight, and like you would always see a Seal of Champions. Anyway, let's pick the Steward and we'll keep it. Sorry, a 10/10 appeared. After opponent plays a minion, reduce its health to 1 versus change the minion's attack to 1. I'm kind of feeling humility as some form of interaction with my opponent, whereas repentance is also interaction, but very uncontrollable. Humility sort of acts as like the pseudo answer. It's not great, but it certainly beats out Faceless Behemoth. I don't really want to commit to, that's not the top end I want. So, continuing on the cards I don't really want one. One of the things when talking to Gnome, when we talk about the arena, is that your arena deck isn't defined by your best cards, it's defined by your worst. Like, you can have the best cards in the world in your deck, but if you have, like, 4 Wisps, if you have these blanks, it's much worse than having something like, sweet, my deck has 6 Fireballs or something like that. Like, I'm not picking Booty Bay Bodyguard here. I'm considering between South Sea Deckhand and Nubasoth Sentinel. South Sea Deckhand could possibly have charge in this deck. It puts me on a more aggressive line. I'm going to try out the little more aggressive line. Well, if I'm picking out the aggressive line, the Draconid Crusher seems like a good one. Solemn Vigil is also quite strong, and Novice Engineer looks good with Steward of Darkshire around, but I like this card a lot. This is such a backbreaker and a way to seal a game. Okay, and here we get a choice between a couple good cards and a bad monkey. Scarlet Crusader being, powerful 3, Stone Splittertron being a pretty dang good 2. I am going to value the 2 higher because I feel like 2s and 4s are what define your deck. And this is a pretty good one. Ooh, alright. Fairy Dragon seems like a good addition to the deck, though Jungle Panther's also quite strong. Mad Scientist, Twisted Worgen, Acidic Swamp Ooze. I think in the abstract this has to be the Swamp Ooze because it's the rarest of the effects of here. Like, Mad Scientist, if I had picked the secret, might have been a little more. Like, Mad Scientist is really great when you do have secrets, but it is at its worst in Paladin because you're not getting as huge a mana advantage as, like, a mage. Like, a mage is getting this incredible advantage of, like, free card draw, free 3 mana off of it, whereas you're getting free card draw and 1 mana off of it. Twisted Worgen's also really good with Steward, because Steward plus Twisted Worgen gives you a stealthed copy of Scarlet Crusader, which is really good. But I'm going to value this effect a little higher. It's always nice to have. This one seems pretty simple. Seal of Champions is a back-breaking card that ends up being a 2-for-1 almost all the time. Like, you put it on any minion and you immediately have a trade up, like, way up, and then you have, like, a 5-3. Like, you know, if you go Stone Splinter Trog and then they play their Spider Tank, you play Seal of Champions, bump it, and then you have a 5-3 around, and if they try to play a Yeti next turn, you also have the bump on that and can develop your board. We all kind of know how that card functions. Blessing of Kings is the beginning of Paladin 4s. I talk about this a lot, and this is finally going to get a little worse, but not really. So one of the things I talk about with Paladin is that basically every single in-class Paladin card on 4 mana is unreasonable at some speed. Murloc Knight, True Silver Champion, and so for a Paladin, you're kind of defined by that, which is why I'm going to be picking Blessing of Kings here. They're getting a new 4 in Silver Moon Portal. They have it, I suppose, which isn't nearly as strong as, like, Blessing, but it's still quite a good card. Quartermaster, Kodo Rider, enter the Colosseum. Kodo Rider is the best late-game thing here. Quartermaster, I am not certain how great that is. Like, I don't have a muster, obviously. Like, I'm trying to think of them in the abstract here. Like, obviously, if I get a muster, the Quartermaster was the right pick the whole time. Kodo Rider is effectively a slightly buffed Murloc Knight. Like, you pay 2 more mana, and instead of it making random 2/1s, it just always makes a copy of itself, almost. I mean, stats-wise, not power-wise. If you've ever seen a Murloc Knight go into a Murloc Knight, yeah, I think it's gotta be the Kodo here, because I can't depend on... Basically, this is going to go back to one of my tenets I follow when picking cards in the arena, and I'll kind of explain it here again for those who haven't. You kind of want to pick cards that are good on their own, like in a vacuum, over a card that depends on some sort of inter-card synergy most of the time. This obviously isn't a hard, steadfast rule, but a lot of the time, like, you can't depend on both getting the cards that you need to combo with, and even if you do get them, you then have to draw them, and that doesn't always happen, whereas, like, Kodo Rider is just always going to be a playable card no matter what. So I'm going to go with the Kodo Rider. We got a spell I don't really care about in Holy Light. We got this has been a middling spell for a while, but I like Tomb Spider. I like 4s, and I like this one a lot for giving you continuous card advantage. This is one of the best cards you can get in, like, a top deck scenario. Emperor Cobra, Cold Light Oracle, Eater of Secrets. I feel like Emperor Cobra is the best in the abstract here. Especially in this class, where, like, I could maybe set it up with some sort of Divine Shield action. Eater of Secrets is not really the card I want. And Cold Light is middling. Kind of depends on your deck. Scarlet Crusader seems pretty simple here. Yeah, Eater of Secrets sometimes makes your opponent concede in shame, but Emperor Cobra is a lot more often going to be useful. So this goes to a different tenet in that, like, if you have like narrow versus wide. In that, if you have a card with more usage, something that's going to be useful in more situations, you want to pick that up. I'm going to pick Scarlet Crusader here. This isn't even a pick. Silver Moon Portal is a Paladin 4, or the Cavalry's here. Really love the Cavalry's here in this class. It's very good with, like, the Blessing of Kings for some super secret damage. Silver Moon Portal is really good at... So, this card doesn't look like a lot, you know? Like, 4 mana for what it does this is basically on cost, you know? +2/+2 is half of a Blessing of Kings to 2 mana, and a random 2-drop is 2 mana. But the sum of its parts is much stronger, because say I play Scarlet Crusader or something like that on 3, or Steward of Darkshire even on 3, if I follow it up on 4 with a Silver Moon Portal, I get to kill their 4-drop and make a 2-drop to advance my board position. Like, it's absolutely backbreaking in that position. And then in other positions, it can make my hero power into like a fake copy of Silverhand Knight in some ways. Kind of split a little different. Anyway, so I'm going to give the new card a little time in the sun. Lost Tall Strider, Force Tank Max, Raging Worgen. This would be a decent time to take a Force Tank Max. As far as top end goes, it's one of the pieces I like. I've always liked Force Tank Max. It's not Kraken of all the top end, but we also could just pick Lost Tall Strider. I think Lost Tall Strider's actually gained a little bit of value recently with the advent of the Menagerie cards, because the curve of Lost Tall Strider into Menagerie Magician is not real. Like, that's absolutely unreasonable. You're effectively making your own football. I haven't even considered Raging Worgen here, though. Raging Worgen works really well with Silvermoon Portal, Blitzing a King's Seal of Champions. Yeah, and Nyxthermian's kind of thinking the same thing I am. Like, this is like a place where Worgen could shine. We're about 50% through. Not really certain. Now we're going to go with the Lost Tall Strider. Again, deck is sort of defined by your 4s and your 2s. By the way, speaking of 2s, so this is one of the cards that obviously Paladin doesn't have in Standard anymore, and its loss is continuously felt. It's such a brutal 2-drop. Like, it can trade easily with Fairy Dragon style thing. I don't really need to list the reasons this card is good, right? Argent Watchman, not really that good. Arcane Nullifier is probably the best card here. Gives you some untargetable taunt, which is nice. Untargetable is not the best in my deck, but it means that this isn't easily answerable. Alright, I'll keep taking more shielded Meduats. Those are perfect. Even next to Pit Fighter. Like, love you a lot, Pit Fighter. You are super strong, but I can't pass up this strong of a 2-drop. Your curve matters so much. Cult Master, you say? This one's an interesting one. So Bluegill Warrior gives me... Yeah, I know we got no 5s, but like, having no 5s is not a reason to pass up literally the strongest 2-drop I could possibly have. Like, if it were basically any other 2-drop, I would have picked the Pit Fighter over it, but this is quite literally the most powerful 2 at common. Like, Argent Protector is maybe, like, near its level. Bluegill Warrior's removal. Cult Master is card draw. Cult Master looks pretty decent with what we have. Thanks, Kaz. Maybe he's having fun with that. I'm gonna go with the Cult Master. It's been a while since I've gotten good. Hello! Okay, so this isn't as straightforward as it looks. So, there's a really obvious pick here. There's the Deathwing. You know, Deathwing being this incredibly powerful piece of technology. It's a Wrath. It's a... Like, I'm gonna talk about this one, because I feel like there's at least something to talk about here. So, we have Deathwing, which is like Wrath, this unbeat... It's the card we always joke that's in our opponent's hand. Like, the only card that can beat us is Deathwing. You know, there's nothing else that could have won here, and then they have it. Or they don't have it. They never have it. Except like the 3 times I've ever seen somebody have it. But I want to at least give Feel a Lightbane time here. Because Feel a Lightbane is Divine Shield when it's targeted with a spell, like Blessing a King's or Silvermoon Portal. I mean, obviously, Seal of Champions gives you a, like, good job, you got a Divine Shield. So Feel is not a slouch. I don't Like, she's a spider tank most of the times, but what if I ever been sad to play a spider tank, you know? I'm aware, and I don't think Finley is actually in the conversation. Like, so here's the question. Do we want the consistent card that gives us a little more, like, fits in our deck pretty well? Like, it's going to fit in our deck pretty well. It's going to perform just as well at every speed that any other card. Or do I want the ace, the ultimate ace in the hole? Finley is replace your hero power with the worst one. I'd say like 80%. Maybe not that much. Like, Finley isn't really what I want here. I like Finley. Finley's actually really cool and standard with, like, the Curator. It's one of the better Murlocs you can grab off it. I don't know. I'm yakking because I don't actually... I have this internal debate. There's two counters fighting each other in my mind. Pick the Deathwing versus pick the Lightbane. You know, pick the consistent card versus pick the exciting card. Because, yeah, I mean, Deathwing is sometimes the only card that could possibly get you out of a situation. However... No, I'm... Nearbar shitlord owning us? Yeah. Anyway, I know everybody freaked out about Deathwing showing up, and I'm probably making the fool's choice, but we're making the fool's choice anyway. I will make that choice. So this means I value pump spells very high now. Deathwing is not consistent. Deathwing is the exact opposite of consistency. A 10-drop in my deck is not actually a consistent card I would want to play. How many mechs are we on? I think Worgen Infiltrator beats us at pretty heavily. So shielded, 1, 2, 3, 3. I think Worgen Infiltrator works well. It's a really good card to have the Seal of Champions played on. This is tough. So Blessed Champion is another buff spell that's very powerful with, you know, like Viola. But Ivory Knight can also just hand me those sorts of buff spells, and also gives me a bit more card advantage, which might make it, like, I like having the ability to discover more interesting things. Especially because Blessed Champion isn't always going to be super great, and if I just wanted, I could discover it anyway. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Ivory Knight here. Hey, you think we should finally get a 5-drop? I think we should finally get a 5-drop. Alright, Blessing King's the next. This is the curve I want. I want to play Viola at a Blessing. Like, really heavily. Also Silent Knight. Also, all three of these cards are actually highly pickable. Like, I wish I could have any of these at basically any speed. I'm actually willing to pick Divine Strength now, especially more so with Viola in the deck. That's a little bit of a chase. Like, it is a little bit of a stretch for my deck, but the card does work. Like, honestly, I'm giving up, like, a bit of direct damage and a bit of card selection that I already contain. So I am a bit hungry for the buffs. Let's be the buff Paladin. There's another 5 I can absolutely take. Especially compared to tournament attendee. Repentance is okay if you time it right, but Venture Co. I don't like, my top end is like, you know, there's a couple 6s, but that's about it. Ooh, talking about top end, I actually really like Reckless Rocketeer for the ability to just steal a game. I think Holy Strength is better than Holy Strength. Yeah, need that dragon guy that loves buffs. I don't know, I'm all on the Reckless Rocketeer, especially like if we have a Blessing in hand. This is 9 points for 2 cards. Let's pick a good 4, I think. Aberrant Berserker versus Ogre Brute. And Eye for an Eye ain't the consideration here. That card doesn't do anything. Do I want another decent 3-drop? Like, I say decent, but Ogre Brute's actually one of the best. It's just that the 50% sometimes goes the wrong way. Whereas Aberrant Berserker is just a neutral, like a neutral 4 in the sense that it's not really that effective. Like, it's just fine. It's good. It's alright. I'm going to take another 3 because that leads me to, like, a Silvermoon Portal turn. Wow. Maybe Dragon Egg? How bad is Dragon Egg? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. There's 5 cards that work with Dragon Egg in here. Otherwise, it's just sitting on the board doing nothing. The problem is the 2 cards it's next to it are really bad. Like, you have 2/4 no text and 2/4 no text. Like, the only reason I'd want to play them is so that I could have the curve of 3 and 4. But even with that, like, that doesn't kill a Yeti. F it. Let's believe in Egg. Alright. So, our deck does not... So, you can keep track of any time that this card would have... Once we have seen this card, if it would have been Deathwing. You can keep track in your notepads at home. There'll be a quiz at the end. Sometimes the Egg hoses missiles. Yeah. I mean, it might do something. Your Egg.
Uther versus Gul'dan.
Lufion.
Your soul shall be mine.
Okay, kind of want to do a... Well, let's not a full mulligan. Let's keep the Acidic Swamp Ooze, because that is a guaranteed 2-drop. But let's try to... Okay, then we have the much better 2 for our actual turn 2. Don't really want to see the Coda Rider here, but ooh, nice. Curve is always good. Exciting. Alright, so... I'm gonna break it. Imp Gang Boss? Okay.
First kill.
We're gonna do it this way. This is a bit funky, the play here. The idea behind this play is I wanted to guarantee that my Worgen got the 2 points in. Which, maybe not the best, actually. Like, that might have just gotten better to face. But the second idea here is I want to use the Silvermoon Portal to absolutely just annihilate my opponent in this turn. I gotta figure out where it's best. Yeah, maybe that was wrong to go there in hindsight. So let's Silvermoon Portal. What do we get?
For the life binder.
I'm in.
Weapons ready.
Yeah. The thing is, if I didn't attack that way, he would have bumped here and gotten that kill. Okay. We have a good 5. Ooh, even better. Jeweled Scarab, show me your... Seal of Champions, maybe? Man, Sword of Justice is something, though. Do I have a moment to play Sword of Justice? sort of. Could Emperor Cobra here as well, which is just an answer to a big 5. Seal of Champions in the pocket. It's between those two. It's between Seal of Champions and Sword of Justice. Basically, what do I value more? Do I value consistent buffing versus... Now, this is actually a very interesting question.
I wonder.
And then if I do pick the Sword of Justice, do I play it this turn? I don't even think I do.
I must move quickly.
For the Dragon Queen.
I must move quickly.
Basically, the timing on the card didn't have a good workout, which is why I passed on it.
Did someone say bomb?
No. Damn. Well.
For the Dragon Queen. You have been measured and found wanting.
This might just trade, which... Ooh. Seems good.
Die or die. For the Dragon Queen.
Do I want to cycle a... Yeah, I do. I want to cycle this. Oh, that rules.
Unworthy.
Check out that power. I don't care what my opponent plays this next turn. I can absolutely answer it with no questions asked.
Do you like to play with
You have a good follow-up to that? Because there could be some strong... Okay, Divine Shield gone. Do you have another one? No. Alright. So I think the answer here is actually Kodo Rider and just trade. So we're going to do that.
Join or die.
The Kodo Rider is going to present way too powerful a threat, which will make this get a little more ignored. Lethal count. We're holding 7 points in the pocket, 10 on the board. So, if unanswered, we have it. Build your own force tank. Yeah.
The gates are open.
14. Do we have it? Four doesn't look like it. I have to spend too many resources on that. So let's go ahead and... I guess we'll check the Tomb Spider. Okay. So we're going to use Seal of Champions so that I can hero power. Seal of Champions on this thingy. So this is me kind of moving my threats as much as possible. So the idea here... So the idea behind a lot of the plays, the reason I made that play, is I want to split my threats in... There's this, which is the obvious threat on the board, that is this team. We have this, which is the hugest power, and then we have this, which is the hugest threat. So, even if they had some sort of removal spell, like, they couldn't answer everything great on that board. I mean, we had to buy, like, 1,000. But... Anyway, I'm going to give that one a point to Fiola as just being a spider tank. So... Kodo Rider is too real. You know me and sweepers, like Thermian. I don't believe in them, especially not purple sweepers. Says the guy who passed the Deathwing.
The light shall bring victory.
I will fight with honor.
What were the options on the legendary pick? Fiola, Lightbane, Deathwing, and Sir Finley Murgletron. So, strong choices. Want the ogre on 4 more? Okay, good curve. Good curve, good curve.
Greetings.
Well met.
Perfect curve. It's exactly what I was hoping for. So I chose the ogre brute because I think that the size of the body is going to matter slightly more here. The 3/3 on, especially because it's very unlikely that I would be hero powering on 4 with the lady, the steward. See, this looks great because I'm gonna play ogre brute and it's not answered by that. But yeah, so yeah, it was Finley, Deathwing, Fiola, which I'm pretty happy with the choice that was made. Okay, do you have more? Yeah, coin in oh god, power word something? Oh no, abusive sergeant. Yo, nice plays. Kind of like a jungle panther.
Weapon ready.
It's on you to answer me. The idea here is that they probably have to bump both these anyway, and if they actually spend like the only card I'm really not happy with them spending here would be Shadow Word. So I think I'm actually gonna like Blessing of Kings bump this off. Could play a Jungle Panther and Hero Power as well. That wouldn't be bad.
Let me think.
Weapon ready.
Reporting for duty.
Let's do a bit of board control. So they can bump this heal, but that takes a bit of their time away, and then I'm just going to go ahead and use Seal of Champions to bump off. I'd like that trade, which is the one I wanted. That's quite an annoyance, as the card does describe. I don't like that at all. I do not like that. Blessing of Kings and like Stone Splinter Trog, but Trog is a free throwaway, which means I should just do Hero Power instead. Is Blessing enough? If I play Blessing and bump this, he'll just bump this down. I'll lose my entire board position. If I lost Tall Strider, I'm going to lose my board position just as easily as if I was losing. Okay, this is going to look dumb, but I have an idea with it. So the idea is I'm trying to plan out what my opponent would be doing, which would be bumping this, because it's a really... I'm presenting an obvious trade for a reason. Followed up by, yeah, not even football. Football wouldn't really do anything. The idea here is I want this obvious trade so that this 1/1 can go get this damn shield off it. The Divine Shield is what's killer here. The problem is, if they have any sort... Okay, that's actually not the worst. So yeah, they're going to have to spend their 4 there, and I'm going to do this next turn again. But this time, slightly different. Oh, hey, you don't do anything. 2 and a 5? I think going wide here seems best. What's the best way to go wide? Is Ventrico involved in that?
You gotta be kidding me!
So again, I'm trying to make their plays as awkward as possible. Like, they have a pretty good one in healing, and oh dear, if they have buffs on that, that's going to look really bad for me. I don't have any direct removal, which is kind of an issue with the deck. So if I get behind in the board like I was for the last couple turns, it's very hard to turn it. I don't have any weapons, I don't have any real removal. I'm pretty reliant on buffs. That's weird. I don't know why they would have... Oh! Thank God. Okay. Well... we're okay then. At least we're beginning to get okay. I'm going to use Seal of Champions to keep this around. The minion's a little too valuable. Seal of Champions does about the same thing as Blessing of Kings for cheaper. So let's... Now, is Blessing of Kings worth it on here to force a 2-for-1? Like, just flat force the issue. Yeah, I could have gone all in on this, but I would have lost the tiger. Yeah, I think this actually forces the issue a little better. We could get completely ruined for it, in the sense of like another Clockwork Knight or another +1/+1, but this way I'm trying to force this 2-for-1 and keep the tiger around. From there I can try to use Kodo Rider to buy the board back. However, my opponent being on 8, my best hope would be they play something like a Ogre Hero Power. That'd be my favorite line, would be them playing Ogre Hero Power and basically nothing else. This is okay. This could be a lot worse, is basically what I'm saying. Funnel cakes. Yeah, that's fine. Take your 2-for-1, please. So I can't take out this. I can play Kodo Rider pretty safely, though, actually. Kind of like that. I mean, if I do, I have to kill this. I think that's okay. Rounded. Okay, let's hope for the 50-50 going the right way. Okay. Alright, board is bought back. Next turn I can play the Arcane Nullifier and protect this fully, which is what I want. The hope is they don't have anything like Velen's Chosen, which I assume they don't based on their plays last turn, where Velen's Chosen would have absolutely annihilated me. I don't know. That's okay. It's also okay. These are all fine plays. Obvious attack. Alright. Nice. Psychotron is really good here. I think Psychotron is the better play. I can't play both of these at the same time because I need the hero power to keep the Kodo Rider pressure on. We're going to go ahead and take this out. Alright. Basically, this game is about protect the Kodo Rider, because that gives me so much board advantage so quickly. Like, look at this. I clearly have the board at this point, which is, like, perfect. Even against a Bog Creeper, I'm not really in a world of hurt. It's bad, it's just not the worst. Like, that could be a lot worse, is basically what I'm saying. Ooh, let's go ahead and check the Jeweled Scarab. What do you got for me today, bud? Or are we throwing away a board rig quickly? I need a buff. Elder Peacekeeper, huh? Yeah, I can get behind that. How do we want to do this? Bump, 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 bump. Taunt? Sure. Or bump, bump, bump. You. Hero power.
I must move quickly.
Sure. Bump, bump, bump. Hero power. So we can heal, bump, bump. Then I'll finally get to take out the Priest of the Feast. I have this. This is a pocket card, in my eyes. Okay, not really a threat. Sort of a threat. That could turn the egg on. So that's a good curve. Our opponent used all their mana, and now they're out. Hi, Fiona. How are you doing today? So let's figure out what the best method to murdering our opponent's entire board is. This is a problem. This is a major issue. I think I want Priest of the Feast gone. I could make a 9/9, but that's so much, like... That actually wouldn't be the worst. Basically, I'd be giving up the Kodo Rider and giving up the board for that. Actually, no, I'm not. This is actually fine. 7 and make a 9/9.
I wonder.
And I get to hero power still. Ooh. I'm kind of liking that. I think this is an obvious attack regardless. Basically, the difference is, am I knocking this out or am I going to the face? These are definitely going face. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and make a 9/9. So check this out. How many Kodos have I made off this? 4 or 5? Like, God, look at how beautiful this board is in my favor. It is incredibly one-sided right now. And that is not a change. Obviously, they're playing it first because they're going to be using their Spawn of Inzoth to, like, kill this. This is a pretty... I think this is the obvious attack. And then the rest of it, we kind of make up ourselves. Oh, yeah, you got that problem. You actually need to do board clearing because I have 17 power just right here. Yeah, the Kodo Rider and the ability to protect the Kodo Rider is 150% why I'm winning this game right now. Hey, Benek. Hey, Rostar, Funkless, Spammy, Hydrate. Yeah, everybody. Glad y'all are here. So, yeah, obvious attacks. Okay, I'm gonna...
Follow the rule.
You have been measured and found.
Reporting for battle.
We'll go ahead and play our 3 mana 4/6 or 4 mana 4/6 Divine Shielder. Nice. Don't think that's enough, but nice. I mean, that's good play. Yeah, I don't think that's enough. I don't think you can take enough power off my board. How did that Dragon Egg get 1,000,000 health? Well, if you take a look, it has the power of the Ziggurat and Slime. You can kind of take a look. Anyway, we got lethal. Do I get to see it? No. Okay. Goodbye. So, for those just joining us, here's the deck. We have a lot of buff things going on. Divine Strength, Seal of Champions, 2 Blessing of Kings, and a Silver Moon Portal. A lot of just useful creatures. 2 Shielded Medibots. You maxed out but aren't using gold? You don't get maxed out at 60, you get it at 500 wins in Constructed. Which, I don't actually know what I'm at for. Let's go ahead and take a look. Should be, if I go into play mode. Sorry, this is a diversion. Yeah, right here. 500 ranked games with this class to play with the Golden Hero. I only have maxed out on two classes right now. I'm very close with Priest. Mage and Paladin. This is all my old favorite arena classes, which is why Priest is way up there. Anyway. So yeah, the question of the day is what legendaries were against Viola. It was Deathwing and Sir Finley. So the reason it's a ways to go is that arena games don't count. It's only ranked games. If it were arena games, I would probably have gold on 5 heroes right now, maybe 6. If arena games counted towards gold hero progression. Which, I mean, personally, I find kind of lame that it doesn't, but on the other hand, I don't really care. Like, I play a lot more arena than I do constructed. Alright, find some mages.
I will fight with honor.
And we're on the coin. Not the greatest. Let's go ahead and get rid of this top end stuff. Yeah, it is a good thing the gold hero literally means nothing. I don't care about it. I don't play enough constructed for that. Oh, okay. Don't know how to go. Like, is coin and swamp ooze worth pulling off? If I want to play as like a Manowar, maybe. I wonder. I kind of want to coin in that Silvermoon portal. Back in the day, Golden Portrait was the only reward for ranked. But yeah. God. Coin Swamp Ooze puts me...
Let me think.
Let's get the front foot pressure going. Because if they don't answer this and they just have to like ping and I get the hero power back, I'm way ahead. So I'd love them to ping this. Sweet, okay. So this makes this play feel a lot better. Please.
Reporting for duty.
Please. That's not a real line, is it? Okay.
Can I
Light your fire? Yeah, okay. I knew that was coming, but, you know, what do you do? Let's go ahead and... Yeah. I'll play a spider tank on 3. But yeah, that's the, like, 100% play there. Just sad, because, like, the ping would have been so nice. So yeah, hopefully if this dies, I'm okay with it. It's just a spider tank, you know? If it eats a flame cannon or something like that. However, if it gets to do this, I get to be miles and miles ahead. So let's go ahead and take it. What's in the portal? Trogs. So this is really kind of a nice combination, because this is like asking for Fireball, Flame Lance, etc., 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 etc. I picked this specifically for this combination, and then the Trog gets a little bit of a punish off of it. Wow! We actually are going to have to use their full round for that. Nice. Feeling it. Okay, let's actually go ahead and play like Tall Strider Infiltrator. What was that Tarog doing in Silvermoon? Who knows? Tall Strider, Worgen Infiltrator is most power on board. Psychotron is like a defensive play I don't really want to make right now. Also, this lets me stealth in the center, which is always nice. I don't know what that Trog was doing there, but I'm happy he was there. Especially because that was a Forgotten Torch waste, so that was like Forgotten Torch hero power attack. It wasn't even like Fireball and then like a swing ping here, which would, or, you know, something like that. It wouldn't have been swing ping, but you know what I mean. This, however, makes me look in a very commanding position. Okay. How do we want to deal with this? Ooh, that's good. Let's consult the Scarab first. It's generally number 1 on our list of... Ooh. Rallying Blade? Sword of Justice? Sword of Justice Rallying? Like, Rallying Blade with this backup is really strong, but Sword of Justice is basically Rallying Blade, but you play it first. Also lasts longer.
Let me think.
I think this is a time where I'm actually going to go with the Sword of Justice. Alright, show me your Harrison Jones. So this is like, you know, whatever, Flame Strike, that sort of scenario. I don't terribly care. I have this, like, backup. Ooh, that's kind of beautiful, to be entirely honest. Like, I can use my face, and I will. I definitely will.
For justice.
So, because I can afford the charge. Because I get the 8 health back. Anyway, playing all these Divine Shielders here is really good. Because we become hyper immune to Flame Strike turn, and also this is 5 toughness, so. We have 7 in the pocket, plus 12 in play. 1 short. Okay, play a spell that doesn't kill my board. It just me, is there a lot of corrupted heal bot in arenas? It's a good card, that's why you see it a lot. Like, it's a very controlling card, and it gives you a lot of board presence. So, that's why you see it as much as you do.
I wonder. You win.
They wanted to take off to the concession stand. This board's too strong. I can't blame you. Anyway, I was going to show this quick, like, just as I was pointing out here, you can see Arena wins 2,000, whereas, like, Ranked Mode wins is 1,200. That's why, you know, I play a lot more Arena than I do. Kind of wish it... The one thing I do wish it showed here, I wish that Hearthstone had, like, a little in-game tracker for, like, your previous arenas or something like that. That'd be nice to have. I have a lot of them recorded on Hearth Arena. Or on, here. Like, I use Hearth Arena as a store, basically, for recording my arenas. And it is a useful measuring tool, though a bit skewed at times. Anyway, like... Basically, I don't agree with it on synergies a lot. This is good, though. Anyway, this deck's performing well. I'm not really surprised. I guess when I say that, what I mean is that, like, I feel like we have a good curve. We don't have a lot of removal. That's probably my biggest downside with the deck. We have some reach, but not a lot. All right, I feel like I'm gonna full mull this. I could keep the Ogre Brute. I might keep the Ogre Brute. So you'll notice I haven't talked a lot about mulligans, and I have this kind of internal thought process on mulligans. It's always mulliganing basically anything 4 or greater, unless there's some weird extenuating circumstances. And trying to, like, it comes from my days playing Priest in Arena a lot. I played a ton of Priest back in 2013 when the game was in beta. And in Priest in the Arena, your hero power is the Light Shall Burn You. You see this in Constructed all the damn time, you know? Where your opponent just goes, you know, heal you and the Light Shall Burn You. Doing that in the Arena is tantamount to conceding, alright? The amount of times you win a game that you just fade on 2 as a Priest is incredibly low. It might as well be a null value. Kind of want to hold the Scarab, honestly, if I have Steward in hand. But see, now I'm playing as Paladin, and Paladin fading on 2, nowhere near as bad because you actually get to make some damn board presence, you know. So we're gonna go ahead and Crusader. Now this is equivalent to fading, but it's going to save me 3 health in the long run. See, because I'm going to have to make this trade regardless. Okay, you're gonna get my Blessing of Kings. That's fine. I'm 100% behind this. You're a warrior. Nice name. I just noticed that. Okay, so they're gonna 2-for-1 themselves here. That's actually quite good. Because, like, I get to play this into... Oh, nope, they're gonna coin into another 3. Okay. Absolutely, Abyss. Go check that out. That's not real. Yes, Benak, there was definitely Zendikar. That stream was about 3.5 hours long. Because I just didn't cut the video when we went into draft 2. Anyway, you're making this attack, right? This is a pretty obvious attack to me. Unless they want the 4/4 off the board. Yeah, we had a very good stream. God, this is illegal, right? This has got to be illegal, right? Like, I can't.
Join or die.
Oh my God, that's actually beautiful. Oh no! There goes. That was the only one drop that could have really done that.
Back to your homes.
Well met. Reporting for duty. For justice.
I'm actually going to clear this out. They're getting a card regardless, and I'd rather use my face. Yeah. This is actually one of my favorite features that they've added to the arena. I mean, I realize that they haven't had it a ton of... Sure. That's what this card was here for. I have to give you a card for it, but I'm okay with that. Oh my God, this isn't real.
Well met. To battle.
Back.
What if Divine Shield was everywhere and everything had Divine Shield?
To battle.
How much do I care about Whirlwinds?
Reporting for duty. For justice. To battle. To battle.
What is this garbage? This isn't even a combo you could ever play in, like, Standard. It's beautiful. Okay. We're finally losing our Steward of Darkshire. They're taking 6 for it, unless they... Oh, they're gonna try. I don't think so, bud. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's way too many targets for that to hit. Anyway, this is Coda Rider time. 10, 11, okay.
Let's get
Reporting for duty.
And we are going to clear.
To battle.
I'm willing to spend these 1/1s to clear here,
Justice.
because I want this unimpeded. God, okay, that felt really dirty. And now I get to use Kodo Rider to continue to buy the game. Assuming they don't have anything truly threatening, which I kind of am assuming they don't. Yeah, okay.
duty.
Throw my board away, play these two.
First kill.
We don't have weapons, so saving this last charge isn't bad. Lethal threat. How's it lethal on board? Yeah, it's lethal on board. So they either have to answer something or armor up. And then I have 5 in the pocket. Brawl happens, code. I don't believe our opponent has brawl because why would they? You know, obviously. So one of the skills I use but don't talk a lot about is reading your opponent and their like how much removal they have left. Or, you know, like what's the likelihood of something surviving? Like I played this confidently into the open board. How did I know that? Like it's a combination of reading what they're willing to like. So basically, the reason I was willing to play that and certain it would survive is the fact that the Steward of Darkshire survived 2 turns. Because Steward of Darkshire was a game-ending threat that broke their back and continued to break their back every turn I had it in play for both turns. But they didn't kill it for 2 full rounds until they found Slam plus Hero plus their attack with their hook. Knowing that, there's no way they can answer a 5-tough minion on an empty board. Especially in a class like in a class like Warrior that has a lot of problems with just straight removal. They would have had to have top deck like an Arcanite Reaper off of 2 cards. So this is kind of effective as well against heavier removal classes like Mage, knowing what they've spent their removal on, what they're willing to pull the trigger on. If they're willing to pull a Fireball on a really early minion, like a Fireball, like in a Yeti or something like that, that kind of is that can be a sign that they just have a lot of removal. It's also important to note the position of your opponent's cards in hand. That's something that it's weird that that's public information, how long a card has been in an opponent's hand. Like, left-hand cards are older, so yeah, it's there's a lot to it, but that's the simple of it. Also, yeah, playing around epics. Heck, I don't play around Flame Strike unless it's like obviously easy to do. Like I have my good old saying of never respect the first sweeper, which I say a lot, but isn't always 100% true, because I will if it's a free play to respect the sweeper, I'll take it. There's no reason to dump my hand if I have a lethal on board, that sort of thing.
For Doomhammer, I will fight with
Looking
honor.
good. Let's get rid of Ventrico and okay, let's get rid of Ventrico and Tomb Spider here. Maybe we'll draw into a better 2. Ooh, nice. Abyss, if I played around MC Tech every time I could, I would lose 20% of my games, more so. Like, playing around MC Tech is not the right play most of the time. Unless it's, again, free. But a lot of the times that ain't free. Anyway, ooh, nice combo. Nice combo. Nice. Yeah. What if Fuel is just back? This is probably actually Coghammer. What if I just have Fiola again? It's pretty good.
I wonder.
This weapon's way too powerful for me to pass up. Anyway, taking a lot of damage. Yeah, okay, that's not saying you're wrong, just saying that you don't do it. Yeah, I don't. Because if I respected every control tech, I could. It would be very bad for me. Hey, Spider Tank, how you doing? Thinking Silver Moon Portal on this. That's really good for board position.
Demands retribution.
We in it. I'm invincible. I can't be touched. Literally untouchable. My board is like this obscene thing right now. There's the egg, which is like freely going to give me minions, more so if I keep divine strengthening it. This is really bad for my opponent right now. Bolt. Wow, nice draws.
That's incredible.
That's a good.
By the holy light.
By the holy light. Yeah, that's pretty good.
There is little time.
He should attack this one. Though, leaving this around after I just played a buff, yeah, he's scared of that. Okay. This is good. I still get really easy board control back. We're going to go ahead and take it. So... I'm going to go Shielded Mini-Bot Hero Power. I could go Ogre Brute Nothing, but... I like this a little more for spreading out the damage. I don't think my opponent has a sweeper because they would have played it last turn. Like, that board was a pretty easy way to play a Lightning Storm, if you have it. Sure, I accept. That's really good for Psychotron. Yeah, I was gonna say, our opponent does play, you can tell they're Mr. Yi. And our opponent has. Is this the Overwatch back? I'm not familiar with the Overwatch back, but I am familiar with Mr. Yi. Oh boy, God. Ivory Knight next turn, perhaps. Okay, I assumed that was, because there's no other way you would know that, other than that being the Overwatch pack. What we got? Yeah.
What to do?
Nope, okay. Yeah, the color scheme where it matches it very easily. Are you going for another spell damage totem? Okay, taunt totem's basically fake. Oh. Fake. Calling that one.
I wonder.
Weapons ready.
To battle. For justice.
Yeah, that does not get rid of the death rattle. It does let me control the death rattle on my turn, so he can't hero power kill it hero power, which I might want to do next turn, but likely it's going to be the Draconid Crusher next turn, because my opponent's going to be at 15, if all goes according to plan. That's nice.
For justice.
Me smash you.
Weapons ready.
For Blackwing.
Yeah, we're just doing that. Alright. Seems good. So I can kill this and then kill this. That's what I expect out of them here, but that actually leaves them dead on board. Need a card that silences weapons.
I wonder.
I feel in pretty heavy control of this game. Yep, so he's going to hero power, kill hero power. Taunt's good there. Doesn't prevent my lethal, though. Kind of the problem. Need to come up with something that prevents my lethal. That doesn't do anything. That could prevent my lethal. Oh boy. Oh boy, alright. Fine. That prevents my lethal. You did it. Good times. Are you bolting? Nice. I am all up in the bolt. Why didn't you crack your... Why didn't you crack that? Why didn't you crack that? Did I miss something? Like, this is...
Weapons ready.
For justice.
Thank you.
For the spot.
Yeah, I could have grabbed doubler too, but... Can you humility your own zero power things? That is correct. I can actually use this to make egg attack.
I must move quickly. Well met.
I'm turning the power on that way. I don't want them to have a weapon anymore, and they're getting this next turn. So this is basically just an destroying the final attack, which is about the best I can hope for out of the Swamp Ooze on a charged hammer.
You win this
Well, it wasn't. There was no point I was out of mana. I couldn't hero power that way turn anyway. But that made the taunt totem irrelevant because he left a 2/2 for me to just kill it. Like if he would have left the taunt totem, I would have had to use my 4/1 to attack the taunt totem, and then that could miss, hit my opponent's face. I would have to use my weapon charge on it. Like that actually is a way he buys time. So I think it's just a wrong play, 100%. Not to make it, especially at 28. Like that's 2 life. What are you gonna do with that? And you certainly don't want your totems. Like, you want to be able to start shocking pretty quickly. Anyway, that's me going on about lines. I just don't think the no attack there was a correct line. Alright. Let's keep moving on. Oh, he was chasing the hero power twice. Yeah, okay, yeah, that is likely what he was thinking about was the hero power attack, hero power thing, like the chasing the hero power twice in a turn, which I think is irrelevant in there. Moonshade Wand. I'll keep Fiola.
I will fight with honor.
Everything else can go. I want to find a real 2. Oh, it's a combo. I can just go absolutely bonkers if my opponent isn't able to kill Fiola. So, that's nice. Ooh, that's actually slightly better, I think. Okay. Depends on how bad of a start my opponent gets off to. If my opponent gets off to like even like a coin, this is our town, would be a pretty powerful one. Yes.
Reporting for duty.
That's kind of scary, honestly. But
You have been measured and found wanting.
are you gonna chase this that hard?
Mistakes were made.
Well met.
Unworthy.
Let me think on this. Clearing out the field seems best, but this is a lot of damage.
Unworthy.
One shot, one kill.
Victory.
Wow. Okay. That turned around on a dime. What the hell? Yikes. That went incredibly poorly.
You gotta be kidding me!
Like, all of a sudden the board just shifted to their advantage, like, heavy. What did they miss out on then? Like, why didn't they just kill it the last turn?
For this.
Oh boy. Alright, we're getting taunted and... Oh dear. I'm dead next turn.
How you doing?
Was there a mistake thinking they had mana for Undercity Valiant? Yeah.
Reporting for duty.
Another night on the prowl.
I think I'm dead. Yeah. Wow! That just... That one went from, like, a solid, like, I absolutely have this game 100% to there's no chance I can win. Whew. That was quick. Yeah, I felt it was quite certain they had the damage. I was actually assuming Eviscerate, but that's because it's always what I'm assuming out of a rogue. Basically, a rogue is the class that has the most secret damage. At least the quickest secret damage. If you think a rogue is even close to being able to kill you, they can probably do it twice. Anyway, let's run around back. Hunter. I don't think that's right, but
The hunt begin. I will fight.
I'm gonna keep South Sea Deckhand. I'm gonna get rid of this top end. I'm against a non-ping class, so the one drop is a lot more valuable. Ooh, this looks good. Probably like this. Yeah, that was like this incredible board flip from the rogue, and I liked it a lot. That was very, very well pulled off. Especially the Tauren turning it Anyway, so this means that a lot of 2 plays are invalid. So, like that. You got your dog for me on the hunt? You give me a dog? Give me a 3-2. Feed it. Feed me. Feed me. Yeah, feed me! Feed me. Alright, so the play I'm actually going to make is Scarlet Crusader because I want to be able to do that, like, lion there. I wonder... Damn, that's good. I just love the, like, overbearing music that happens when my spider tank comes into play. Yeti. Done. Done.
Well met.
You fool! No! You jackass!
Well played. That was a mistake.
You jackass! What are you doing here? Screw it, I'm going face. That's beautiful. Thanks, Pyromancer. Yeah, you make your trade yourself. Sweet. Okay. I'll find out to eat you with. Alright, whatever, let's rush them down. I'm really happy with that. It's just so silly. Like, alright, I've got this one basically wrapped up. Oh no! Who let you out? To eat you with. Okay, let's think about this a little bit. I have kind of liking the Venture Co. here of all plays. Like, if I trade off on this. Because they don't have an immediate answer to Venture Co. And that's pretty strong against their 17 life total. We're going to do it that way. Ooh, that could be bad. Are you Frosty? Am I getting... Are we staying I assume we're staying Frosty, which I can't really stop.
How you doing?
Oh, or it's a card I don't care about at all.
Reporting for duty.
Cool. Really thought that was Frosty. Sweet trade. Okay. I think this turn is a Kodo Rider.
The light protects me.
Still think this turn's a Kodo Rider. God, I'm maybe not thinking this turn's a Kodo Rider as much anymore. I'm gonna turn off.
Let's get reporting for duty.
Let's make them focus on the Kodo Rider. Don't think about the stealth. The stealth is not important. The Kodo Rider is important. Okay. 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 Perfect.
Well played.
Perfect. So yeah, the reasoning on that working the way it did for those who aren't fully aware of interactions in Hearthstone, because there's a lot of them. Silver Moon Portal is give player +2/+2, summon a random or 2-cost minion. And if we go in and take a look at our friend, the Wild Pyromancer, Wild Pyromancer is after you cast a spell, which the term after you cast a spell does mean after the spell is fully resolved. Then it triggers. So it does see the spell resolve, even though because the spell was still going on when it put it into play. So yeah, good old secret damage. 6-1. We're continuing this beatdown.
Uther versus Valera.
Watch your back.
I will fight with honor.
Kind of want to keep this combination. God, again, a rogue. Okay, okay. Not so bad. So the idea here is that Emperor Cobra followed by Fiola followed by Silver Moon Portal. Okay.
Well met.
You will buy a
Funnel cake. Funnel cake. Have I mentioned how much I love funnel cake, guy? Hey, hey. You wanna buy a funnel cake? I don't know why funnel cake became their, like, go-to, like, joke thing, but I'm really glad it did. Because it's a really funny joke thing. Okay, so you get your card off that.
Nothing scares me. Except the mice.
Well played.
Nice.
You have been measured and bound.
So they can't immediately answer this, and even if they can, I don't feel like I've lost that much, because I still have lost all. Nice! So, Divine Shield. We're gonna have a Divine Shield off. That's fine. We're going big. I'm bumping shields. So the reason I bumped shields there is because I don't like what would happen if my opponent, if I didn't. Like, if they have some sort of way to pop the shield for free, could easily get a kill. I realize that they could probably get it in the same manner without the shield, but I wanted to, oh, they have an they have Eviscerate, okay. That's fine. Are you sidestepping me? Are you sidestepping me?
Well met.
I hope you like my invention.
Get out of here. I'm coming for you. Yeah, Sap. Sap would be a good top deck. Basically anything that could target that would be a good top deck. Removing the Divine Shield without having to use your face. Wait. Oh! Oh, I hit my face. Cool. This is looking strong. I don't have lethal, but I've got a really good... Wow. Yep.
Ha, this guy's toast.
Okay, you're doing like a very powerful board clear against me. Looks good then. Psychotron +1 power? Psychotron +1 power looks alright. So the reason I like Psychotron +1 power is that, like, you can't, like, bump, you know, something like that, and the ogre might just fail. So, egg. See, that's why I did it that way. Oh. Oh. My opponent always had me. That's kind of bad. Friend. Did you discover the secret? That was the one. Egg. I'm gonna call this one lost. This is super bad. Yeah. All right, let's move along.
The victory is yours.
Oh, no way. Alright. Man, rogues. We are elementally weak to rogues. Huzzah. Literally. Good timing. Huzzah. High five. I don't know what the stream delay is like on your end, but that was literally the second I said the words before I even finished it out of my mouth, so... Yeah, Thieves Guild is strong today. Even with Fiola trying to pull as much value as possible.
Uther versus Morgul.
I will fight with honor.
We keep Southsea deckhand, get rid of this, and keep Steward. Does this deck not have True Silver's Consecrates? Nope. None offered. Would not have passed a card like that. However, the deck's doing pretty well. We're at 6-2, so I'm gonna call it a good deck. I think I've spoke about this before, but I consider 5 my average. I think technically speaking, if I take a look at my like statistics, and yikes, that's annoying.
Reporting for duty.
All right, so you're gonna roll Healing Totem on me, right? Like that's basically what I'm seeing. Yeah, this is basically all in on buffs. That's how we win, is these buff cards. There are big aces in the hole.
Wanna blow something up?
No.
Well met.
Would like a different 3. I'm gonna accept that. I realize I can't target it with these, which is why I want to throw it away. There's no way this lives. Glad I played that bomber. Could have been a lot worse. Like, if it didn't double hit Zombie Chow, I would have been super out of the game at this point. Like, in the sense of board control, not, like, actual out of the game.
Join or die.
Okay. No real answer to that. So I'm going Cobra here because this leaves Steward 2 on 5. Which I really want because I really need to keep a minion around and make Silvermoon Portal and Seal of Champions function. I'd love to just play Seal of Champions and knock this out.
It's time for a little break.
Oh, are we just getting bolted? Yeah, that's effectively a bolt. Okay. Yeah, there certainly are. Okay, let's go ahead and...
Back to your homes.
Reporting for duty.
Silvermoon Portal on an opponent's creatures against Shadow or Death It. That'd be pretty sweet. Kind of sad they didn't, like, do a full cycle of the portals, but I kind of understand. It would have been hard to balance the ones at, like, really high costs. Surprised there's no 3-drop portal, though. Yeah, it's 65421. Like, you'd think a 3-drop portal would have been somewhere in the cards. Ugh. Well, that's actually okay. It's actually fine. Medic. Okay. Perfect. So let's go ahead and give ourselves a Silver Moon portal here.
I can ease your pain.
To battle!
Shields up. Red alert.
Yeah, why didn't he rockbiter it himself? Nobody actually knows. That's a very strange play and didn't really make any sense. I didn't even think about it because, like, it was just, like, kind of out of character and not right.
Elements I like. Totems I love.
Okay, you're getting... We're gonna wrap this board.
Weapons ready.
To battle! Reporting for duty.
Cool. They already made the 3-drop card. It's in Mage. Or are we talking about, like, Unstable Portal? Like, I don't know what you're referring to there.
You call that?
Nice. Sadly, couldn't really answer that, so... Okay. Oh, Faceless Summoner. Yeah, never mind, you're right. Sorry, I was thinking about, like, creatures, but yeah, 5/5 attached to a 3-drop.
To battle! Reporting for duty.
Sweepers are fake. I ain't playing around no Maelstrom Portal. I got Ivory Knight back in me, too. Sure. Not a super relevant totem. Okay. Sure, that's fine. And a pass, huh? Let's go ahead and check in on this. Yeah, I've been playing Maelstrom Portal in Constructed, and it shows very powerful. Like, it does its job very well. I can 100% get behind the card after playing with it. Let's take Hammer Wrath. That seems really good to have in the pocket. Alright, let's trade Divine Shield there, leave you with the least board. You have to double in to get this out of the way, and even then all you have is a bunch of 1/1s. And I have 7, 15, 1 short. Of course, I'm 1 short. That's fine. This is good, though. Like, if they have to bump, that's good. And, like, the 7/1 can die, and I don't really feel that bad about it. We even have an answer to it, Bigman. Like, if Bigman shows up, we're good. Spell damage. That's always the most dangerous one, you know? What do you got? I mean, I guess +1 spell damage on anything targeted at this, unless it's Shield Slam. I don't actually care. I'm gonna call that just incorrect, like, aiming. I don't actually know. I don't think that really changes anything. Alright, well... let's go ahead and investigate. What's under here? Stampeding Kodo, you say? Yeah, that looks good.
To battle! To battle!
Get all your power off the board. Yep, that's what this is for. Oh, and you have a bolt? Okay, well the bolt was killing this regardless of if this totem existed, so I don't feel too bad about that. Anyway, let's go ahead and... There we go. Choices against humility, divine strength, and something else really poor. Like, I think a sign of a subpar creature. I don't recall the exact one, but... we got 12, we got... Oh boy. So I need to hit you for enough damage to knock that out.
How you doing?
Let's do that. It's better than Storm and Constructed, and you only really need Super Guns too. But yeah, the Maelstrom Portal, like, really the thing is that anything that looks like a Necrotal effect is very powerful. Like, removal attached to a creature is forward progress on your board while answering your opponents. Elven Archer is a lot more powerful than it looks, you know? It looks like it's unplayable, but it's actually, like, fine. Like, but yeah, like, if we take a look at... for instance, again, I showed off the Evolved deck at the beginning of the stream. This is not mine. This is a deck I stole from, I forget the name of the... I wish I could credit the anyway, the idea behind it is... But it plays a pair of Maelstrom Portal on top of its, you know, as a way to do some board clearing. Maelstrom Portal, Twilight Flamecaller. Twilight Flamecaller, I remember, was a card I was super happy about when that card was... you know, removed. Has Hearthstone ever printed straight up Necrotal? 9 mana 4/4 called Blade of Cthulhu in Rogue is a straight up Necrotal. It has the text destroy target minion on it. 9 mana 4/4. Other than that, basically everything else is conditional in some manner.
Fight with honor.
I'm gonna keep this. It gives you Cthulhu plus X plus Y, where X and Y are respective power and toughness of the minion that you kill. You sometimes, very rarely, you'll see Cthulhu out of... Ooh, dang, that's powerful technique. Basically the same as... It's basically the same as the other one. So this should be hero power. Ooh, you're gonna bet? Wow, 100%. Nice bets. Alright, let's go ahead and play Ogre Brute. I guess when you just know it, you know it. It was from Whispers of the Old Gods. Oh, I'm feeling this mage right now, you know? Yeah, the Rogue Necrotal is not available in the arena, which is a bit funky.
Me smash you.
Not exactly the outcome I wanted there. I'm just going to go all in on this Ogre Brute, who's invincible and cannot die. Completely invincible and can't die. 100% invincible, immune to removal. Anyway. So, Ogre Brute's dead, rest in peace. I'm actually thinking that trade's incorrect. I think you actually... Nice. Let's get a board.
Reporting for duty.
If even one minion lives, we're in good... Yeah, it's really weird. I still find it strange that Cthulhu cards are just out of rotation, because they're all just fine. They do lower your spell density. There we go, we're in green. That's okay. I guess I can, like, seal a champs. Ooh, actually, that's probably a little better. Duplicate? Ugh, God, that's a harsh duplicate, by the way.
Back to your home.
That is not a card I want to see my opponent have 3 copies of. That might be duper effigy, that's why you trade the little guy, yeah.
You want it?
Yeah, this is the world we live in now, where our opponent has infinite spells at their disposal. I can at least make a lot of Divine Shielders. A lot of Divine Shielders. Let's go ahead and...
Red alert.
Let's try to make a board as immune to things as possible.
Reinforcements requested.
Amazing.
Oh, am I owned? Is Burnhead owning me? Looks like Burnhead's owning me.
Follow the rule.
Measured and found wanting.
Weapons ready.
To battle. To battle. To battle.
Alright, I'm dead to sweepers anyway. I'm just going all in on the face here.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Okay, you can still flame strike. I assume you have it. Yep.
To battle. To battle.
Error 37.
You want it?
Did you know Ethereal Conjure is an incredibly powerful card? I'd like to continue bringing that to your attention. It's a very powerful card. That's a weird... You know, it's like Divine Favor would be pretty cool. You ain't wrong.
To battle. Reporting for duty.
Oh. Okay, this is,
Reporting for duty.
what we call bad news. Whew. Damn. Goodbye, board. I didn't really need that anyway. The spell power, too. I'm dead next turn? Yeah, dead next turn, just on this board. Like, easily.
Well played. Reporting for duty.
I am super happy with the run, though. Yeah, we went all in and got a little punished for it, but that was the way we were winning the game, so if our opponent didn't have a sweeper, we actually could have taken that in 2 turns, but it doesn't really matter, because we're at 7-3, so... Let's rock it. Alright, what do we got? Get our gold back? Yep. 25 dust and our gold back. Sounds good to me. What's in the pack? We lost to some strong rogues, really. So I went ahead and made sure that every common I opened was just dust. Is the Darkshire Librarian dust too? It is. Alright. I went ahead and crafted I crafted the 2 refreshment vendors, the Undercity Valiant and there was another common I was missing. Anyway, I went ahead and made sure that all commons were dust. Because for one, I'm probably not opening TGT packs, and actually, like, Refreshment Vendor's a real card and is worth having around, so I like having all the commons around for options. So, anyway, let's go ahead and, we'll call that good. I'm not going to do a closeout game, because we had a lot of games in the arena today. So, thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed the Hearthstone. I think we got to see enough really fun plays. I think we got to see some really, really great games. I'm glad I picked Fiola. Fiola did a lot of work. That was basically one of the only times Fiola would have been good, so it was interesting to play her. Anyway, good night.